peck me if I come over here? You're not gonna peck me, are you? Hello. Hello. Okay. Bye. See you later. Hi there. Today's day 82. It's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I know Mother's Day is it's one of those days that's hard for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. So if today's not a good day for you, I get it, and it's okay. It's complicated for a lot of people. It was a pretty busy day for me. I got up, we got up pretty early, we got ready. We ran out and got some donuts. We stopped to visit with my mom a little bit, dropped off her Mother's Day gift, and then spent the afternoon, or early lunch afternoon time frame with my husband's family, his mom, and his sister. And that's a large group, so lots of little kids, it was fun. It was really fun, and it was a beautiful day today, so it was good. It was a good time. And after that, we stopped to visit with some friends of ours that are considering getting rats as pets for one of their children. And so they had questions, and I was trying to sort of help them and guide them and tell them a little bit about my experience with rats. So it's just been kind of a busy day, another busy weekend, coming to an end here. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have a ton of stuff to say. Not much else is going on. I did just finish, I finished up a book recently that was really good. It was called The Red Queen. It's kind of like a teeny fantasy novel. It was quite good. It's a series. There's a lot of books left. I've only read this one. This was the first, but I liked it. It was a good book. I also just finished up the last week of the 6-week Julia Cameron Write for Life program. I was kind of doing a read along with some other people. It was I kept up with the morning pages for the most part. If you're not familiar with the book, part of the practice is to write as quickly as you can get to them in the morning after you wake up. Write 3 pages of kind of stream of consciousness writing, 3 longhand, so with a pen and paper. I kept up with that throughout the 6 weeks, actually, until yesterday and today. It just so happened that both of these last couple of days I had to get up and immediately kind of get my butt moving and do some other things. But I have done morning pages on and off in the past, and I think it's a pretty good practice. It's one I will continue to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep doing the straight up stream of consciousness morning pages that Julia Cameron in her books talks about. I've thought about doing a little bit more of a structured writing practice, like just kind of writing in my journal, not so much a stream of consciousness, but just writing, and maybe not keeping it to like, oh, okay, I have to write 3 pages today, but like just kind of writing about my day, the previous day, or whatever's on my mind that morning, kind of thing, until I'm done with it, whether it's 1 page or 5 pages or whatever. I'm not quite sure about that. I think at least for the short term, I'm just going to keep doing the morning pages. She's got some other parts of the the overall practice that I have kept up with too. One of the components is taking a couple of walks outside in nature by yourself, which that's something I do anyway, and I have done for quite a long time. So that wasn't anything that was a huge change for me. That's something I've been doing anyway. the other part of it is what she calls artist dates, which are just sort of doing something by yourself that is, I guess, not something that you would normally do. I did keep up with that as a practice too, and that's also kind of something that I have, I've sort of made part of my routine anyway. These are also components of Julia Cameron's other 6-week program, The Artist's Way, which is really just more about creativity, not so much writing. This book was focused on writing, but these core practices are the same. So some of these, because I read The Artist's Way a long time ago, like I said, I've done morning pages kind of on and off for a few years, several years actually. But I did stick with it for this 6-week period. And I think I'm planning to continue. And then the walks were part of The Artist's Way, as were the artist dates. So some of the stuff I did for artist dates was like, just like went thrift shopping by myself, for an hour or two. I watched a Bollywood movie one weekend, which is not something I normally would watch. So it was just kind of like finding inspiration in, different things. Another time I spent some time walking around at the art museum, which I do quite a bit anyway, of course, because I'm a docent at my local museum, but I spent some time, looking at a different exhibit, a new exhibit that was not, something that I had looked at in the past. So things like that would be considered artist dates. Maybe like, going to a hardware store and, just kind of looking around, seeing what they have, what kinds of, tools they have, and, that sort of thing. So that's something I've sort of done a little bit of anyway. But anyway, it was a 6-week program, and this was the 6th week, so I just finished that up too. It was really focused on writing, and since I'm not really a writer per se, and I don't have a writing project that I'm working on, I really didn't take that part of it very seriously. Like, she recommended doing a quota of, a number of pages every day towards your project. So like if you're trying to write a novel, you would write X number of pages each day. And I really just kind of like skipped over that part. Because it's not something that really interests me. So I did get a lot out of it, but I also wasn't crazy about, I think The Artist's Way in general was a little bit better fit for me. I'm also just not crazy about Julia Cameron's writing style, and some of her advice I found I'm a little skeptical about. There were just some things that were a little bit off to me. For example, she considers morning pages to be some sort of, her claim in the book is that you can find some sort of synchronicity, like you write in your morning pages, this is a real example from the book, that you want to learn to speak Spanish, and then the next day you find a flyer for, a Spanish language class that is beginning in just a couple of weeks, and you can sign up for it today. Like things will happen that way. Just if you write these morning pages and you write down the things that you want, they will just come to you. And she writes about that as though it's fact. Like, this is the way it works and this is how it will happen. And I mean, okay. I mean, I know, a lot of people, manifest things and that sort of thing, but it's not quite so easy as just writing down what you want and then it just, it becomes reality. It doesn't quite work that way. And she sort of makes it out to be that. There were some other things that she just approaches like that. Her system and these concepts that she's giving you are the tools that she's providing are the way, the only way. And if you follow these things to the letter, it will work for you. And it's, it's very rigid. There's no real room for, like flexibility. Like, oh, okay, well, writing morning pages, 3 pages every single day doesn't really work for me. What if I only write 2 pages? Nope, it's not going to work for you. It's 3 pages or nothing. Like, that's the way That's the way that she sort of presents all of her all of her ideas. So I just, I don't know, I kind of have an issue with that. I think everybody is a little bit different and things work differently for different people, and she doesn't seem to, buy into that. So it was a really interesting it was an interesting project. I'm glad I did it. I did get a really nice morning routine, I think, out of it. So that's something that I do plan to continue. But, as far as like, do I feel like, oh, now I'm a writer and I have the tools to, go and write a novel? I'm not so sure about that. So, but that's not something I was really hoping to get out of it either. So, anyway, I already talked about that way longer than I planned to. So, I'm gonna cut this off there, but it's day 82. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.